Yes, sir. Here we go again. This video is entitled, Okay, the 2026 Portugal squad is not normal.
Okay, something terrifying is happening with Portugal, and the world still hasn't processed it. The best Portuguese generation in history has qualified once again for the World Cup, their 7th consecutive appearance.
And on that, as Portugal has qualified for 2026 World Cup, I'm saying this. I'm going to support Portugal from the starting line to the winning line. Yeah, we are going to take the World Cup. Portugal is winning the World Cup. Yeah, with Cristiano Ronaldo. With Cristiano Ronaldo.
But this time the feeling is very different. This time the squad Roberto Martinez commands is not just talented, it is overwhelming.
This is what Portugal have sort of done in qualification process over the past few years. They've demolished most of the team, scored a lot of goals, have dominated.
On paper, they might be the most complete, dangerous and unpredictable Portugal we have ever seen. And that already says a lot. It starts in goal with Diogo Costa, the man who turned penalty shootouts into his personal playground.
Yes,
the
sir.
new penalty king of Europe, whose calmness breaks opponents before they even shoot.
Feel me? Boo! Portugal is taking this.
In defence, Portugal are
Dias.
a wall. Rúben Dias leads the back line with the authority of a general, and by the flanks they are a runaway train. And yes,
Dias.
Nuno Mendes isn't just a
Mendes.
top fullback, he is arguably the best in the world. The same defender who is already frustrated
God
Ronaldo
damn.
Lamine Yamal more than once.
God damn, move, bitch!
But the real glowing core of this team is
Vitinha.
the midfield. Vitinha has evolved into one of the best numeriquistas on the planet. Bruno Fernandes remains one of the most productive and intelligent playmakers.
There is no midfielder in the Premier League who can take off Bruno Fernandes.
In the Premier League, and above them both rises a prodigy, João Neves, the 21-year-old phenomenon who only seems capable of scoring screamers, a talent so mature and so polished that Portugal are already building around him. And if that midfield is frightening, the attack is something else. Francisco Conceição is becoming one of Serie A's most unstoppable right-wingers.
Let's go!
Rafael Leão remains a nightmare, in open space uncatchable, untouchable, inevitable. João Félix continues to be the perfect super sub, and Gonçalo Ramos is a reliable number 9 who thrives inside the box. But above all of them stands Cristiano Ronaldo,
The God himself!
When the world expects him, the man whose arrival changed Portugal forever. Euro 2004 finalists, World Cup bronze in 2006, European champions in 2016, back-to-back Nations League kings. His winning DNA rewired an entire footballing culture, and now at 40 years old, the universe seems to be writing a poetic final chapter, giving him the strongest Portuguese generation of all time for his last World Cup dance. This team knows how to win. They know how to suffer. They know how to crush rivals. They scored 9 goals in a single qualifying match. They defeated the best Spain in years in the Nations League final. They are mature, balanced line by line.
I think the most team which has suffered a lot facing Portugal is Spain. Yes, among all the big countries which have faced Portugal, Spain has suffered a lot. To an extent that they conceded an hat-trick from Cristiano Ronaldo in the World Cup. Damn it! You don't know.
Stacked with 2, even 3
You don't know.
supported by an elite attack and driven by Ronaldo's eternal aura. And there's something strange, almost mystical, hovering over this squad. Portugal always shines brightest in years ending
And brighter every day.
2006 European champions in 2016. And now, what will 2026 become? The world is just months away from finding out, because the 2026 squad of Portugal is not normal. Many people today claim that this Portugal side plays better without CR7.
So, as you said, no Ronaldo, no problem. Are they better off without Cristiano?
No, but
But that is one of the most cynical lies in modern football. Cristiano Ronaldo did not just play for Portugal, he rewrote the entire history of Portuguese football before him. Portugal had only reached 3 World Cups in 17 attempts. Since his debut, they have qualified to 6 out of 6, and now the Bicho is preparing for his 6th World Cup, an achievement that borders on the supernatural. From his first international goal at Euro 2004 against Greece, to his decisive penalty against England in Germany 2006.
Here comes Ronaldo trying to win it. He does!
Ronaldo has delivered for Portugal for 2 full decades, scoring 143 goals and shaping a winning culture that never existed before. He dragged Portugal to the 2014 World Cup with that legendary hat-trick against Sweden in 2013, a night where he outshone Ibrahimovic and carried the entire nation on his back.
It's a chance for Ronaldo again!
Hat-trick!
Portugal emotionally and football
Ricardo
in Euro
Caravel,
2016, scoring 3 goals, giving 3 assists, guiding the team in the penalty shootout against Poland.
Pepe.
Anda bater! Anda bater! Anda! Tu bates bem! Perdemos que se foda! Anda! Solidar! Vai! Solidar! Bates bem!
That's the captain. That is the captain the world needs.
And even when injured in the final versus France,
Now, I don't know what will happen when Portugal wins the World Cup. Because many people are going to shut the fuck up. They are going to fucking shut the fuck up. Shh. Keep quiet, nigga. The moment Portugal is on the final, is taking shit down. They are going to take it down with them. We are going to die with a person. Wait, you don't know. You don't know.
he turned into a coach. And if we talk masterpieces, his hat-trick against Spain in the opening match of Russia 2018
Yes,
was one of
sir.
the greatest single-player performances ever seen at a World Cup. In that same tournament, on the 20th of June 2018, Ronaldo scored against Morocco to reach 85 international goals, surpassing Ferenc Puskás as Europe's all-time top scorer for national teams. Then came the 2019 Nations League, where he once again proved decisive. A hat-trick against Switzerland in the semi-finals.
Hey!
And a dominant
What a
win over the
shot.
Netherlands in the final. Another title, another chapter of greatness. His consistency is monstrous. On the 20th of June 2023, he became the first male footballer ever to reach 200 international caps. And of course, he celebrated it the way only he can, scoring the winning goal in the 89th minute against Iceland, showing that his killer instinct is still alive. And when the world said he was finished, Ronaldo responded by becoming the top scorer in the history of World Cup qualifiers, with 41 goals. He also stepped up again in the spotlight, scoring against Spain in the Nations League final. The same night the world was watching Lamine Yamal with Cristiano.
Hey! Bro just shoots to kill. Bang! He just shoots to kill.
Yamal with Cristiano.
Bang! God damn. God did.
Portugal have won 3 international titles, reached 2 continental finals, finished 3rd place at Germany 2006, and returned to being a feared, respected powerhouse in world football. None of this exists without him. Okay, for those who love the numbers, here's the reality. In 226 international appearances, Cristiano
226.
Ronaldo has scored 143
100.
goals
Oh
and
my
provided
God.
37 assists, averaging
God
a goal
damn.
contribution every 100 minutes. That level of output is unheard of at the international stage. And since the 2022 World Cup, he has completely rediscovered his scoring rhythm for Portugal, hitting 25 25 goals in 30 matches, numbers that most strikers would dream of delivering in their prime. Right now there's a lot of debate around Ronaldo and his role in this Portugal side, so let's go straight to the data. Since Qatar 2022, Portugal have played 36 matches. In total,
36?
CR7 has featured in 30 of them and has missed 6. In the games where Ronaldo has played, Portugal have achieved a 70% win rate, scoring an average of 2.2 goals per match. Without
Because
Ronaldo,
he's
the win
feared.
rate
That happens because he is feared. He contributes to the. Oh my God! You can't tell me you can't fear Cristiano Ronaldo when he's attacking you. And I wonder, I don't know what will happen. The moment Uganda qualifies for the World Cup and they tell them, Cristiano, you're facing Portugal. I know some players who just sit on the bench and start taking pictures of Cristiano Ronaldo. Damn, and very many of them would want his shirt. They would want to take his shirt. Then feel me?
drops slightly to 66.6%, but the goal average shoots up to 4.8 per match. Of course,
It's
context matters.
terrifying.
The sample
The
size
best.
of matches without Ronaldo is extremely small, which means any outlier scoreline heavily skews the numbers. For example, Ronaldo did not play in Portugal's 9-0 demolition of Luxembourg in 2023 or the 9-1 against Armenia, a freak result that massively inflates the goal per game statistic when he's absent. So yes, the emotional engine and footballing soul of this team is still Cristiano Ronaldo. When everyone fails, he steps up. When everything looks lost, he solves it for Portugal. He is not just a player, he is a collective dream, the hope of seeing the greatest finish his story on top. And what makes all of this even more dangerous is that now, for the first time, he is surrounded by the strongest, most talented, and most
Yes,
tactically
sir.
complete
That's what I'm
Portugal
talking
squad in
about.
history. A squad that makes
Look at this squad. Pedro Neto, Mendes, Bernardo Silva, Pedro Neto, Bernardo Silva, Mendes, Vitinha, Diaz,
Portugal dream even bigger and leads us directly into the next block, where we will break down why Portugal's footballing structure is terrifying for the 2026 World Cup. Since Portugal were knocked out in the Euro 2024 quarter-finals on penalties against France, Roberto Martinez's side have played 16 matches, winning 10, drawing 4 and losing 2. But the real story isn't just the results, it's who they've beaten. In that run, Portugal defeated every single UEFA nation that qualified for the 2026 World Cup. Croatia, Poland, Denmark, Germany, Spain. None of them could handle the intensity of Martinez's Portugal. And that matters. The current European champions and biggest favourites for the 2026 World Cup, Spain, couldn't beat them. Germany, a traditional powerhouse, couldn't beat them. Even France, the team that knocked Portugal out of the Euros, needed penalties to survive. The heavyweights now respect Portugal, not because of the name, but because on the pitch they simply cannot break them down. That level of performance delivered a Nations League title and also gave Portugal the top spot in Group F of World Cup qualifying with 13 points, winning 4 matches, drawing 1 and losing 1, scoring 20 goals and conceding 7, finishing with a solid plus 13 goal difference. Portugal hold their ticket to the 2026 World Cup, and they've secured it with the unmistakable stamp of Roberto Martinez, a manager who has turned the Seleção into a relentless, efficient, fully tooled machine. The 9-1 demolition of Armenia sealed qualification and confirmed a cycle that already belongs among the most dominant eras in Portuguese football history. Since taking charge in January 2023, Martinez has broken record after record. This Portugal side plays with authority, with high pressing, with a blistering attacking rhythm, and with a consistency that no Portuguese manager had ever produced before. Martinez has now coached 36 matches for Portugal, with a brutal record of 25 wins, 6 draws and only 5 defeats. Across 31 official matches, the numbers are even stronger. 22 wins, 6 draws and only 3 losses. Under him, Portugal have scored 96 goals, averaging 2.6.
How can you tell me that we are losing? How can you tell me that we are going to lose any game? We face Germany, bang, Spain, bang, France, bang. We are not going to lose any game. Portugal is not going to lose any game in the World Cup. You feel me?
The highest scoring rate of any Portugal manager in history, surpassing Humberto Coelho 2.33 and Antonio Oliveira 2.33. His win percentage stands at 69.4%, the best Portugal have ever had. and in official competitions, the dominance is clearer still. 70.9% wins, well above Fernando Santos, 63%, and Paulo Bento, 56%. But perhaps the most astonishing part of Martinez's run is his absolute domination of qualification campaigns. He has an absurd streak of 43 qualification matches without defeat between Portugal and Belgium, with only one loss against Ireland, interrupting a previously perfect run of 42 unbeaten qualifiers. After that slip, Portugal simply returned to their flawless rhythm, destroying opponents with ease. The hammering of Armenia only extended that superiority. Portugal now head into the 2026 World Cup with a rare and powerful feeling. They have finally found the perfect balance: elite, attacking talent, tactical discipline, and a manager who maximises every player on the pitch. Now let's look at the players who have made this momentum possible, because Portugal's rise isn't accidental.
Let's
It's
go.
built on an elite structure of footballers. We
Let's
start
go.
with a player who already
Mendes.
carries Ballon d'Or level potential, Nuno Mendes. His defensive numbers are outstanding, averaging 1.61 successful tackles and 1.07 interceptions per 90 minutes. But the numbers only tell part of the story. What truly separates Mendes is his anticipation. He knows precisely when to step up, when to drop back, and in one-to-one duels, he is a wall, as he proved against Lamine Yamal in the Nations League final.
Look at that.
And repeatedly throughout the Champions League. Mendes plays with a perfect balance between aggression and intelligence. And with Portugal, he has become vital in offensive transitions and chance creation. He loves stepping inside into the half spaces, and his velvet first touch allows him to link beautifully with Cristiano Ronaldo. The chemistry between them is elite, because Ronaldo is a master at finding gaps between defenders, and Mendes is a master at reading those gaps. One of the clearest examples came against Croatia in the Nations League, when Mendes delivered a pinpoint cross between two centre-backs for Ronaldo to finish with ease. His dribbling level is absurd on the left flank. He's practically uncontainable, like when he provided another brilliant assist to Ronaldo against Scotland. His associative play is equally elite, perfectly shown in the Nations League semi-final. A stunning 1-2 combination with Bruno Fernandes, bursting past his marker with raw power, driving into the box and laying it off cleanly for Cristiano to tap in. Even Spain, with all their tactical discipline, couldn't stop this duo. In Ronaldo's goal versus La Roja, Mendes toyed with Yamal on the left wing, burned him with ease, carried the ball into the box, and though his cross
Yamal is going to suffer. My God. Yamal was born to suffer. And I wonder people who compare him to Fernandes, to Vinicius or Mbappe. You can't compare shit. You can't.
took a deflection, it still found Cristiano, who finished like only he can. This
That was a
partnership
goal.
is brutal, and without doubt one of the most dangerous in the 2026 World Cup. Another massive weapon in Mendes' profile is his high-speed transitional play. When he runs alongside Rafael Leão, who is arguably the best player in the world in open field situations, Portugal become unstoppable. Their combined goal against Poland is the perfect example. They crossed the pitch in seconds. Leão released Mendes exactly where he's most lethal, the inside left corridor near the box, and Mendes waited for the perfect moment to deliver a surgical cross for Leão to head home. And yes, Mendes can score too. When he attacks the inside left channel, he's devastating. As Spain learned the hard way when he dribbled past his man with the ball glued to his foot, created separation, and smashed a powerful low finish into the bottom corner. He is undoubtedly Portugal's standout defender, but he's not the only weapon Martinez has at the back. Rúben Dias is an ultra-technical centre-back with elite ball distribution, exceptional pressing timing, and defensive positioning sharpened under Pep Guardiola. Next to him, options like Gonçalo Inácio, Antonio Silva and Renato Veiga have formed rock-solid partnerships that give Portugal a defensive depth very few nations enjoy. On the opposite flank, João Cancelo transforms whenever he puts on the Portugal shirt, suddenly resembling the world-class
I enjoy watching this. I enjoy watching this. Quality upon quality. Cancelo. I feel good.
best spells at Manchester City and Barcelona.
Portugal para recuperar, Bernardo Cancelo!
And Martinez has even more options. Mateus Nunes, one of Guardiola's favourite modern utility players, thanks to his two-way engine and silky first touch, can operate wide when needed. And Diogo Dalot, who has levelled up massively at Manchester United, offers strong defensive work, smart
The
positioning,
team
and clean
is
passing
full.
as another reliable full-back option. Portugal's defensive structure isn't just good, it's
That is only the defense. Those are the defenders. We haven't started the midfield. The squad depth is full. Oh my god. The squad is full. The depth. God damn. We haven't started the midfield, but the defense only can score goals. You can get like 10 goals. If the World Cup was like a 4-year tournament, this defense can bring up to like 15 goals. The defense only. And you add up the midfield and the striking line. Or 20. Cancelo only can bring 10 goals. Here go Dalot. The squad is. I can't wait for the World Cup.
complete. Now we must talk about the area of the pitch where Portugal hide their true power, the
Yeah.
midfield. This is the engine room of Roberto Martinez's project, the zone where everything begins, everything accelerates, everything stabilizes. Names like Vitinha, the best number 6 in the world, João Neves, one of the most gifted young midfielders on the planet, a hat-trick hero, and a pair of Premier League jewels in Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva form one of the most complete and terrifying midfields in world football. Vitinha doesn't speed up the game by running more. He speeds it up by thinking faster. His reading of rhythm is elite. He knows when to slow the match down to give Portugal control, and when to inject verticality with a disguised pass, a clever switch, or a long diagonal that breaks the opposition's structure. Under pressure, in numerical disadvantage, even when facing a physically superior side, Vitinha always finds the escape route. His ability to turn in tight spaces, to slip through the smallest interval and find the free man makes him the perfect metronome. The best example came against Croatia when he delivered that outrageous long pass from his own half to João Félix, leaving him one-on-one with the goalkeeper. One of Vitinha's least visible but most decisive weapons is his post-loss rebalancing. He doesn't just recover balls, he recovers them exactly where they hurt the rival the most. His tackling is clean, his interceptions are perfectly timed, and his positional IQ prevents counter-attacks before they even start. With Portugal, Vitinha has built the best defence-midfield connection in international football, and for a double pivot there is no better partner than João Neves. His dynamic is from another planet.
His dynamics is from another planet.
This kid plays beautiful football. His timing in duels is absurd.
Move. Another
His
one.
first touch decisions are instant. And he has a finishing catalogue that feels unlimited. 2 scissors kick goals for PSG. That free...
Damn. Damn.
That free kick rocket for Portugal.
World Cup is cooked. The World Cup is cooked. Hey.
Those lightning-fast finishes inside the box, like his second goal against Armenia Neves, reads situations faster than the opponent and moves the ball even faster. His technique, his aggression, and his clarity make him a once-in-a-generation midfielder. Then come the Manchester Generals, Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva. Bruno's long shots remain one of Portugal's deadliest weapons, as we saw with his screamers against Scotland and Poland. His mastery on corners creates constant danger and his vision is elite. He sees gaps nobody else sees and has the technique to drop the ball right where he wants it. Bernardo, meanwhile, still moves like he has a magnet glued to his boot. He drifts between lines, manipulates pressure with ease, and remains the most intelligent player in the squad. And the depth is frightening. Palhinha, in the best form of his life, brings raw power and elite defensive timing. Rúben Dias offers control, long passing and stability. With this midfield unit, Portugal are not just strong, they are structurally overwhelming, tactically versatile and technically superior. This is why their midfield is one of the most dangerous weapons any team will bring to the 2026 World Cup. Now we need to talk about the sector of the pitch that could genuinely deliver Portugal the World Cup, the offensive unit. And why could it give them the title? Because Cristiano Ronaldo is still there. When the greatest goal scorer in football history is in your front line, every attack carries danger, every move becomes a threat, and every ball into the box feels like a moment that could change the match. On the wings, Portugal have frightening variety. Pedro Neto, one of the best wingers in the Premier League, always creates danger. When he plays, he either scores or assists. And his combination play is outstanding, giving Portugal a brilliant tool in the final third. Rafael Leão, the most lethal open field runner in world football, brings verticality and unstoppable pace. No defender on the planet wants to face him in transition. Then there is Francisco Conceição, a right-sided winger with a brutal long-range shot, as shown in his screamer against Germany. Even Trincão, who has improved massively recently, adds spark and unpredictability. Among the creators, there is João Félix, a player who can operate in any attacking or creative role. And up front, of course, stands Cristiano Ronaldo, the number 10, who will arrive at the World Cup at 41 years old, yet still scoring every type of goal imaginable. Overhead kicks, goals inside the box.
God.
Rebounds. Long-range rockets. Tight angle finishes and of course penalties. Even without the physical explosiveness of his younger years, his killer instinct remains untouched. His winning DNA, his obsession with competing, and his presence alone elevate Portugal. For wingers like Pedro Neto and Rafael Leão, serving Ronaldo is a guaranteed danger every cross, every cutback. Every through ball finds a striker who lives for the big moment. Behind him, Gonçalo Ramos offers a reliable alternative, a hard-working number 9 with smart off-ball movement and clean finishing. After analysing this entire squad and understanding what they are achieving, it becomes impossible to call this team normal. Portugal are travelling to the 2026 World Cup with a squad built to compete, built to dominate, and built to chase glory.
Cristiano Ronaldo is taking World Cup. No matter what comes our way, Cristiano Ronaldo is taking the World Cup. Nothing much to say about that.